happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, and I thought I would start vlogging because this week, oh my god, it's the 1st of March today. How has that happened? It is so weird because I really feel like the beginning of the month normally can drag quite a bit. January seemed like it went really quickly. February zoomed by, and now we're the 1st of March. Oh my god. So I thought I'd start vlogging because we've got a lot going on. We've got a lot going on, and I thought I'd share that with you. So the works are finally starting. So what day was it? Friday, we had all our rads removed from downstairs, not all of them. A radiator removed from the kitchen, the back wall was coming down, and the entry hall. We're actually throwing in another little bit of a DIY project. Don't ask me why we do this to ourselves, but we're thinking, do you know what, we're going to get it done. We might as well just get the majority done and do it whilst, obviously, we're still kind of wintering, although we are going into March. Well, we are in March. So let's just go with it. So I thought I would vlog and share with you all of the exciting bits that are coming, like the new arrivals that are going to be arriving. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, because obviously Luke is at work at the moment. He's, bless him, he's full on at the moment. So he's obviously working, but I've got so many deliveries turning up next week. I've got the delivery from DIY Kitchen. I've got a delivery of a sofa bed. It's only like a single one. So basically, my husband has, let's say, a little bit of a snoring issue. His snoring is just insane. Oh my god. Normally I wear earplugs, he wears a nose strip, and that's okay to kind of like see me through a good night. However, if he has a cold, which he has done, it is horrific and I cannot get a blind bit of sleep. He then comes downstairs and sleeps on the sofa. The sofas are not comfy enough to sleep in because they're not really that long, because our living room's quite a small living room. So we were like, right, let's just jig some things around. This is what I spent my yesterday doing. I spent yesterday finally organising my office. We put the chest of drawers in Theo's room as a kind of like temporary measure to make space for this single sofa bed. It is green, it is gorgeous. I cannot wait to see it arrive. So that's coming tomorrow. So I'll share that with you once that arrives. What else have we got? So yeah, DIY kitchen order. I've got some other kitchen bits coming from like a Symphony supplier. I have an extractor fan coming. Just other little bits and pieces. I'll bits and pieces for our entry hall design. Entry hall like DIY project that we're doing. So as if the kitchen bathroom wasn't enough, I was thinking, okay, so the cupboard under the stairs is where we normally hang our coats, put shoes, etc. Where's that going to go now? Where's our place going to be? I cannot bear like coats all over the place. So we can only fit so much in the wardrobe, and sometimes it's nice to have your everyday coat easily accessible rather than quickly getting it in and out the wardrobe, in and out the wardrobe. So we thought we'd make a little entry hall boot, what are they called? Boot room? Have you seen those? They're called boot rooms. So basically, what we're going to do is we went to Wicks's yesterday. We got some, let me just show you what we got actually, one sec. So we bought some of this stuff, which you can use, this is still a situation, we've just got stuff everywhere. You can buy stuff called tongue and groove, which I believe clicks into place. However, I saw this, and it's a beaded MDF, and how much easier, because all we'll have to do is tack that on the wall, put a little bit of No More Nails, job done. So let me show you what we're doing. My husband's actually starting this when he gets home from work. So this is our entry hall. Let me just turn the light on. It's very dark. So this is our entry hall here. This, we had a radiator. Can you see there? It's been removed there just to make space, because that radiator is pretty pointless being there, to be honest with you. So this is all going to go. We're going to have the beaded MDF along here. Then I purchased a shelf with coat hooks on at, oh my God, they are an absolute bargain. I got them for £15 each. I'll link them here so you can see what they look like. And I thought that is half the job done. Then all I need to find is a little bench, storage bench here with some pull-outs for extra shoes. And what an amazing idea. We've done that on quite a bit of a budget. And thought, while we're at it, we found the perfect colour. It's called Picnic Basket, and it's a crown paint. They've got an offer on at the moment, £2 for £30. So my husband, I've realised, let me just switch you back round. I've realised I am a massive procrastinator when it comes to choosing a paint colour. If I'm given too much choice, that is it for me. I cannot make a decision. My husband picked the paint colour. Let's just prop you back, one sec. So yeah, my husband picked the paint colour. It's called Pick the Basket. It's like a taupey sort of beigey colour. So we're going to do the entry hall boot room in that colour, and then we're also going to use it to do, we're going to do some like panelling and beading and moulding. To be honest, I don't know the difference between all of them. A little bit of panelling, we're going to do a little bit of the beading with the moulds, I don't know if that's the right terminology, up the stairs, and we're going to use the darker colour on the bottom half and then use a light colour for the top half. So yeah, it's all going on and I'm very excited. I'm really here for it. I can't wait actually. It's been a long time coming. Oh, let me show you these, 1 second. How cute is this? I don't know why I'm laying things out all nicely, because literally when my husband comes back with the storage boxes, these are all going to have to these are all going to have to be packed away. But how cute! Sheen. So these are actually, they are plastic bottles, but I thought, you know what, my family's so heavy-handed. Oh, they're not focusing very well. Plastic's probably better, and they've got these nice little labels. So we've got one that says dish soap, one that says hand soap, and one that says hand cream. But yeah, how lovely are they? Love them. So for me personally, today's job is, I've not long had an Ocado delivery turn up. I'm gonna put some washing on, put the Ocado delivery away. I've got roast chicken to hand, so I'm gonna get that in the slow cooker. I might actually show you how I do my bone broth actually. Yes, because I've promised you that, haven't I? So I'll show you how I make my bone broth stock cubes, because whenever I'm doing a roast, if I know that I'm in need of a top up, because I keep them in the freezer, I'll just make another batch. So I'll show you how I do that. What else have I got to do? Yeah, start to pack away the kitchen for preparation for the deliveries that are going to be turning up from literally tomorrow onwards. I need to fold up, put that washing away, and hopefully by that point Luke should be home and we can start cracking on. Hey! So this is this week's Ocado delivery. I needed to stock up on my wraps for school. I made a bit of a boo-boo though. I got these 2 packs of whole wheat spaghetti, and then I also got these 2 packs of whole wheat spaghetti. Normally I combine the 2. So normally I mix whole wheat with regular pasta so the kids can't taste it, but they're getting that extra fibre. I needed to stock up on my smokehouse tomato ketchup from M&S. Oh my God, if you know, you know. This is the nicest tasting ketchup I've ever tasted. And in terms of ingredients, it's so good. It's literally tomato puree and some spices. Tomato puree and spices. Why is this in French? Where's the English? Oh, here we go. Smoked tomato puree, sugar, water, vinegar, tomato puree, ground spices, which are paprika, white pepper, cloves, garlic puree, dried onions. Easy. Easy peasy. I might have a go at making this myself, you know. I wonder if it would work. Just literally use these ingredients. Probably have to play around with the quantities, but God, imagine if I could do that. Also, my husband, he had a bit of a fizzy addiction. We've been working really hard to get away from that. So we've been using like fizzy water and adding like a splash of cordial. We've been finding better options. But I got some of this stuff. It's kombucha. So this is a company called Remedy Kombucha. And kombucha is so good for you because it's got live cultures in it. So kombucha and kefir is so good for your gut bugs. It really helps to support your gut microbiome. So if you're not a fan of things like kimchi, sauerkraut, which, let's face it, they can be an acquired taste, kefir and kombucha is a much more palatable way, shall we say, of doing it. I also picked up this that I found. So this is Mr. Organic, Italian organic chocolate and hazelnut spread. And I'm thinking, could this be a replacement for Nutella? So I don't buy Nutella, I refuse to buy it. I don't like the palm oil, I don't like the rubbish ingredients. I don't like the fact that it hardly contains any hazelnut whatsoever. So I picked this up because the ingredients is sugar, oil, low-fat cocoa, hazelnut paste, cocoa butter, we've got some sunflower lecithin. Obviously this is something that we wouldn't have every day. It would literally be for a treat. But when I was thinking about pancake day, I was like, oh, some chocolate Nutella would be nice on the pancakes, but I refused to buy it. So I've been on the hunt for a affordable but better replacement. So I'm going to give this a taste test and we shall see. We shall see what it comes out like. Also got some organic miso paste. I love playing around with different flavours, so I want to give this a try. Got some eggs, got some more of these. Whenever these are on offer, these are the Cerio finely chopped tomatoes, Italian chopped tomatoes. These are a cheaper option than Muti, but very, very, very similar. They were like, I think it was like £5 for 6 of those, so I whipped them up. Done another boo-boo, didn't I? So M&S always do these combo buys, and obviously Ocado stock a lot of M&S food. So normally when you buy this, and a stir-fry meat, you get it discounted. What did I forget? I forgot the meat, didn't I? So there we go. And then obviously my chicken for today. I got some Moji, I love these actually, ginger shots. Obviously another thing to help support my immune system. Although hopefully we're coming out of winter and getting rid of all those bugs at the moment, because there's just been so much going on. This needs to go in the garage. So obviously when I had a clear out yesterday of the office, I don't keep it all because otherwise, you know, it's unrealistic. But things that Theo does and Olivia do that I'm like, oh, that's really nice keeping. I pop into, actually I've got boxes in my office. So I pop into one of those, and when it gets full, I transfer it to a storage box, and then that goes in the garage. And I thought, oh, it'd be nice for them to look back on it when they're older. The current one's full. So yeah, that's going in there. Let me know, what is the protocol with keeping your children's artwork, school books, that sort of thing? Is it something you do? Is it something you don't do? Yeah, I'm interested to find out because I feel quite guilty. Obviously Theo's very creative, as you know. He brings home a lot of stuff and it's just not possible to keep it all, but some things I'm like, oh yeah, let's just keep it. So I'm gonna make a start putting these away, and then we're gonna get my chicken in the slow cooker. Guys, I'm back on the cottage cheese hype. Before you knock it, honestly, give it a try. So I mixed 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese in with my eggs, and cottage cheese is so high in protein. Like, look at this, okay? There's 10 grams of protein per 100 grams. So for context, there's 300 grams of this, and I'll probably use 100 grams per time. So yeah, 2 tablespoons, approximately 10 grams of protein in here, and it's so cheap. I mix it in with my eggs, make a scrambled eggs. I've got my dark rye sourdough in the toaster here. Don't mind all these tomatoes. I've run out of room in my fridge at the moment. Got some mushrooms, some tomatoes and spinach, which I'm going to mix together. Got some turmeric, black pepper, salt, also some chili flakes, and I'll let you know what it looks like when it all dishes up. But it's so nice, and protein is so important. It's such an important nutrient in our diet, especially in terms of satiety, keeping us feeling fuller for longer. And it's, you know, it's something that we all need. We all need that extra protein. So, and a lot of us are not getting that in our diet. So I've actually covered a big chunk of my daily requirements just in this meal alone. Okay, so my husband's in the process of putting up the beaded MDF. We have got this, I love how you're using my console table as a workbench. We've got some of this beading to go either side, and I'm going to post a picture of the shelving that I used, that I've ordered from OHS, which was like 15 quid each. It's such a bargain, and it just, you know, it just means that we haven't got to make all that shelving and the hooks ourselves, because we can just put it up to sit on the top part here to hang the hooks, to hang our coats even. And then the bottom half, we're going to find a nice storage bench, and that will hopefully help us recreate the look of a boot room. Reasonably cheap, and also give us the storage solution that we need for this entry hall. Okay, that bit's up now, so we're waiting for the silicone, no, what's it called, no more nails, to dry, and then that's going to be painted. I'm going to go to being caulked up. All right, caulked up rundown. the trivial parts of DIY that I don't really like doing. And then I'm going to go to B&Q to get some paint. So I realised the paint that I actually like, when I read the reviews, it wasn't that durable. And because we're going to be taking that paint, so effectively it'll go along this line and then up the stairs. See on the bottom half, this is a place where, what do they call it? High traffic areas. So it needs to be durable. We can't have it marking easy. So I'm going to pick a different paint from B&Q. The same sort of shade, but just a more durable paint so it lasts, because as you all know, grubby fingers up the stairs is not the one, and I'm constantly going up and retouching the stairs all of the time. So I need a durable paint. So that's the plan. Luke's already started in here. Let me show you. So what we're also going to do is the same thing along here. So that the beaded MDF along there, along here. So we did have a radiator down here, a big bulky one that's been removed. Luke's traced it along there because that is another radiator. That's a new radiator. That's a tall one that's going to go there, just so we utilise some more of this space here. And then the plan of action is to create a storage bench in the corner as a seating area. Then obviously this table will be back here. Might keep the chairs, but we won't need as many of them. And then that table and chairs will be more flush in the corner, giving us more space in the kitchen. It's only going to be a little bit, but you know, every bit matters. But what Luke's just realised is, honestly, if you move in a new build, actually any house for that matter, the walls are not level. Of course they're not level. So it's thrown him off a little bit, but he knows what he's doing. I'm just going to leave it in his capable hands to crack on while I go and choose some paint. So this is the range that I think is going to be best for our stairway. It's obviously B&Q's own range, and it's called Tough and Durable. So this sounds like it would be perfect for the stairway where obviously there's a lot of traffic. I'm just hoping I can match up the colour. So this is the colour that we ideally wanted, and I'm hoping I can find a very similar colour in this range. So wish me luck, let's see how we get on. I'm in two minds. This is not showing that it's a true accurate colour. Either Philadelphia, believe it or not, that actually matches that perfectly, or very, very close. I don't know why it's looking more pinkish toned on here. Or we go along here on the other end, there's a colour called this one, Cancun, and again, I mean that's probably a better light in there. I don't think they've got it in the thing ready made up, so I think I'm going to have to get it made up. But honestly, it looks like everybody's got the same idea of doing house improvements, because the queue for the paint desk is very long-winded. But yeah, if I can't find it, I'm going to have it made up. I just need to make a decision between Cancun and that other one, but I think it's probably going to be Cancun, to be honest with you. So I finished at B&Q. I did grab the Cancun paint. So I didn't use that one that I showed you. Basically, I got speaking to the person on the paint desk. Didn't realise he was actually the store manager. His name is Ant. Shout out to Ant at B&Q Larkfield. He was so lovely, so helpful. So basically he said, you don't want to scrimp on paint, because otherwise you'll be replacing it, going over it. And honestly, he's so right. Like, since we moved into this property, especially the hallway, like the walkways, where the bin is in the kitchen, I'm always going over, touching it up. He said to use, it's Valspar Trade Walls and Ceiling Tough Matte. So he mixed this up for me, and get this right, the big one that I wanted was 60 quid. He didn't have the base coat for that, so he said, I'll do you 2 pots of the 2.5 litres, because they're sold out of this base A. I'll do you 2 pots of that for the £60 instead of me paying the more, because I didn't have the big one that I wanted, which was so lovely. So I'm excited to get going with that. Like I said, we needed a bit more anyway, because we're going to take it up the bottom half of the stairs. So I'm really hoping the colour's going to be lovely and I'm going to be happy with it. Also done a cheeky one. So do you remember I had that little photo frame and I was like, oh, I need to find a picture to go in it, but trying to find a print that is like a 4x6 is really difficult. So someone said to me, when you're in a hardware shop, go and check out the wallpaper section and just take a sample. So I've got this colour. Oh, you can't see that. Oh, there we go. Look, can you see that? This one. And then I've got a plain, the green striped. So I was thinking this will break up the white on the, this will go on the opposite wall that I'm not doing the wallpaper on. I was thinking maybe doing 2 stripe, 1 of the plain. Or I might do, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Bit cheeky, but they let you take samples. So I was like, why not? So that was a very successful B&Q trip. We're going to go home now and get started on the painting. So I've come back and Luke's making progress with this. So obviously this is going to be a similar thing. This is not going to be painted a different colour. It's just going to be painted the same colour as this section of the kitchen. I don't know yet. We're in and ahhing. We've actually bought the paint. What are we doing at the top?
I don't know. We might have some sort of beading finish.
Like a big beading finish.
So I'll go down and might get one of these but bigger.
Yeah, a thicker one.
And then
yeah, just to finish it off.
See how it goes.
But no, it's nice. Just gonna put on some lunch because I'm quite hungry now. But yeah, we're making progress. We're getting done, which is what I like to see. So we're not planning on having a roast until later. Still going ahead in the slow cooker. So I thought I'd quickly bung on and make a quick roasted red pepper and tomato soup. This recipe is absolutely delicious. I have shared exactly how I do this in a previous vlog of mine. I will link the episode below. But yeah, I'm starving now and I just don't want to have a full roast dinner yet. We're going to save the roast dinner for later on, early evening, and then have this to tie us over. We have progress. So that is all up now. It's all been corked. Ignore all the stuff on the table. It's all been corked and that's ready to be painted. We're not going to be doing any decorating though in here until after the kitchen is done, because obviously you can imagine there's going to be dust and dirt everywhere. We are going to start painting the hall though. I'll show you that finished. So this has all been prepped and corked and finished as well. So we're waiting for that to dry. Then we can start the painting on that. I have found a bench actually, and it had 15% off, and it should be the exact width of this area, so hopefully it'll fit really nice. I'm just waiting for the shelving to arrive, and obviously I will paint that to match. But yeah, it's all coming together now. I'm excited. So to go with our roast dinner, I really fancied a lovely crumble, and I've been wanting to try out these really cute little ramekin dishes that I picked up from Home Bargains. Such a simple dish to make, honestly. If you haven't made your own crumble, like so much nicer than the shop bought one as well. So here we go, and then I popped them in the oven and they were ready in no time at all, and we had them with lots of yummy custard. Promise, I'm going to talk you through how I make my bone broth. So we've had a roast chicken dinner. I cooked it in the slow cooker, but it doesn't matter if you cook it in the slow cooker or not, the steps are still the same. So you literally transfer everything into the slow cooker, all of the remaining chicken carcass, the bones. I've got some roughly chopped carrot, onion, you can add some celery in there, you can add garlic in there, whatever you want. There's no right or wrong answer. Roughly chopped, hasn't got to be chopped fancy, you can do it in big chunks. I've topped it up with some filtered water. Add a glug of apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper, and then you're going to literally put the lid on. Put the lid on, turn it to low, and you're going to cook this. I like to do it for 24 hours, so the bone broth is really highly concentrated. You can do it for a minimum of about, I'd say 14-15 hours, but we're literally going to cook this through. I'm going to come back and do it 24 hours, so that'll be like, yeah, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. And I'll show you the steps once that's done. Okay, so this bone broth has been cooking away in the slow cooker for 24 hours. So just to recap, it was the whole entire chicken carcass that we had for our roast dinner. And I always cook the chicken carcass in the slow cooker on a bed of like chunky chopped potato, onion, carrot, celery, onion, leeks, just whatever veg I have. Like not a lot, just a couple of roughly chopped ones, just to add to the flavour. And then I topped it with some water, added a glug of apple cider vinegar, and then just added some seasonings. Now, I've let this cool, but obviously as you can see, it's still steaming. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sieve this into some bottles, let it cool further, and then I'll show you the next step. So there's my bone broth transferred through a sieve into a jug, and then I'm going to, again, like I said, make sure it's completely cooled before transferring this into ice cube trays. Put them in the freezer, and then the last step is to transfer them, once frozen, into a freezer bag for easy access. I'm actually making homemade tomato sauce as we speak to go with our meatballs, and I always throw in a couple of the bone broth stock cubes in any sauce, stews, soups, so I can easily get all those nutrients into our everyday meals. So there's my bone broth transferred through a sieve into a jug, and then I'm going to, again, like I said, make sure it's completely cooled before transferring this into ice cube trays. Put them in the freezer, and then the last step is to transfer them, once frozen, into a freezer bag for easy access. I'm actually making homemade tomato sauce as we speak to go with our meatballs, and I always throw in a couple of the bone broth stock cubes in any sauce, stews, soups, so I can easily get all those nutrients into our everyday meals. Okay, so these are properly frozen now, so I'm just going to, for ease, transfer them to my freezer bag, and I can just get them out as and when I need them. So this is the same thing that I do with my immunity tea and ice cubes. So if you haven't seen that video, that's a good one to watch, because these are all just really convenient, really convenient items to use. One more in there. Look, they're all in here, I'll show you. There we go. And just literally store them in the freezer. Again, they'll last in there for a good 3 months. Hey lovelies, I hope you're okay. So today is Wednesday, and oh my god, I am knackered. I've had such a productive day. So this morning my mum came over straight from the school run, and we literally pulled everything out of the kitchen, because obviously everything needs to come out and to be put away, boxed up, and I knew it was going to be a big job. Towards the end I was like, oh, I've had enough now. But my mum is so good. Like, you've seen her in action. She's just a get stuff done kind of woman. She just cracks on and she takes the lead, while sometimes I can sit there and procrastinate a little bit. She's just like, no, let's just get this going. So let's go upstairs and I'll show you everything. Like, you do not realise how much stuff you actually accumulate. And I'm not someone who really buys stuff unnecessarily. I don't like to hold or have regular clear outs. We have so much stuff. Let me just show you. So this is everything that we boxed up, bought up. So this is the stuff that I shouldn't use, I shouldn't need too much. There's so much stuff. Literally, we went and bought storage boxes. I had to go out, buy more storage boxes. And then I had to go and resort to getting these bags. Thank God for these Christmas bags when I was doing some Christmas shopping. Because otherwise, yeah, we would have run out completely. And then I've made a little kitchen corner to access easily, rather than me keep coming up and down the stairs. I tell you what, this is like, living in a 3-story house is all well and good until you need to actually take things up and down the stairs. So this is my little kitchen setup in the living room. So this is just stuff that I know I'm going to need access to, or, you know, pretty much daily. Just the pans and stuff that I use regularly, my mixer, I've got my air fryer, the herbs and spices that I use regularly, olive oil, cutlery, knives and stuff, and then I've got a food bag here. Obviously we don't have a lot of convenient stuff. This is what I mean. This is literally the convenient stuff that we have in this box. The rest is all like fresh stuff. But it just occurred to me, I'm gonna have to clear out my fridge. And I don't know why I wasn't aware that I'd need to do that. But my mum's like, yeah, of course you're gonna have to. So that is something that I'll have to do. But Brian said, you know, we'll just unplug it, move stuff, and then you can put it straight back in. So hopefully that shouldn't be too much. And also I've got lots of like storage containers in the fridge, so it should be easy to sort of get them in and out. But yeah, it's been a very, very productive morning. So the delivery for the kitchen's actually come in today. So they've given me a time slot of between 4:30 and 6:30. I've also got an online wheel appointment that I booked, and I feel really bad because I booked it and I've cancelled it twice. I'm like, you cannot cancel it again. So we'll see. I'll keep you I'll feed back to you about my experience with that, because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. We've just put it off and put it off and put it off, and I'm like, no, just do it. It's one of those ones where you get the wheel rope for free, on kind of like the premise that you contribute to one of their charities, which obviously I'm happy to do. So I'll let you know if there's any more to it than that. But I think I'm going to wrap the vlog up here because I don't want it to go on too long. Let me know, what sort of timings do you prefer with these vlogs? I feel like for me, I like watching vlogs that are sort of like half hour, 40 minutes. I try to keep my vlogs to that sort of time. But do you prefer longer ones, like the hour sort of mark? So it's like a bit of an episode really. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you prefer. And I'll be back next Sunday with obviously more updates, more recipes, more kitchen progress. And I will speak to you then.